time for another review, guys. We are doing Co-Op's laundry range, consisting of non-bio laundry washing powder, 25 washes, and their own brand Oriental Gold scented fabric conditioner with a load of really dirty, grubby and smelly towels in the Miele W562. Let's see how we go. And you're watching FlorenceBallardA3060 on film. So bringing it down to the floor now, we're going to have a little test of what the fragrance is like. I actually brought these, I've had these for ages, so probably like, not April, probably like when we were still in lockdown, I think I brought these. And I always said I would do a review, but I never got around to doing it. Because obviously I went inactive on reviews after I had my vaccine. Quite a tough one to open, this is. So, this is the non-bio powder. I'm not sure if it's sensitive though. It says cruelty free, which is good. Suitable for sensitive skin, so it's dermatology tested, suitable for sensitive skin, and you can also see it says 7-day freshness. We will put that to the test. Effective stain removal and results on a cool quick wash. Open it up. So it's got no speckles in it, as you'll see. Oh my goodness. I tell you what that actually reminds me of. I know I said it about as the non-biosensitive. This smells almost exactly like Tesco Loves Baby. That was an in-store brand that Tesco used to do, and they stopped it in like 2019. And I was obsessed with the Tesco Loves Baby powder and conditioner. I always used to use it on my towels. Let's try the conditioner now. I remember when I picked this up, it smells like Bailey's in a way. It's got that sort of like fragrance to it. But it's, this one is, so it's towel friendly. There you go, an excuse to use conditioner with your towels. I mean, I do anyway, and I've never had a problem with it despite what people say it does. So, 25 washes, so both of these are 25. And that's the first time I've actually seen a conditioner have the same amount of washes as the powder. Of course, that depends how much you're using. I always just use one cap, I do. 7-day freshness, again, I would love to update this, but I'm doing the review now. So, well, actually no, we should delay this one. I will come back in 7 days, maybe, and see what actually happens. Or should I? Makes ironing easy. Towel friendly technology, there we go. Fragrance release technology. That would be good to check after a drying cycle. If it doesn't last after the drying cycle, then I know the 7-day freshness thing won't be true. So we'll give that a test with both of these. Let's get loading the Miele, and we'll dry in the LG afterwards, and we'll see how we go. And I'm not going to be using anything extra like drying sheets or anything, we're just going to see how it goes. Now this is an example of how grubby these towels are. So we've got the microfiber cloths, a really grubby sponge, grubby tea towel, and they smell really bad. You can't obviously smell that, but you'll be glad you don't. Why has that got bloody hair? Oh my goodness me. Really grubby again. Really, oh, is that really grubby? Yes, it is. That was used to clean the spin dryer that I got, which I'm going to be doing a video as well. Full of grease mainly, these are. So they feel really good. That is one of the worst cloths, that is. Okay. Right, now for the dosing instructions. So, this is a small load, but it's heavily soiled. And we're going for hard water, So 4 to 6 kilogram load, that's not even a 4, that's like a 2 kilogram load that I'm doing really. So 150 ml would be for heavy soil, hard water, but I'm going to do normal soiling level 85 milliliters because we don't need a full scoop anywhere near it because it's not a massive load. So actually, let's put it down to, I'm putting in 60 milliliters. So pour that into the main wash chamber compartment, and I do also use my Lime Scar tablets, which I will soon be stopping and doing a review on something else, maybe. And 1 full cap of the Oriental Gold. Yes, before we say it, I know I need to clean my drawer. So all my tests for detergents are done on a standard 60 wash because 95 is hot enough to remove stains regardless of detergent. I'm going to use the minimum iron 60 program because this mimics more what a standard cotton wash would be, because the cotton side on this doesn't do all the high level rinses, and we're testing how that's going to work with slower spins. So I always add water plus mine, and I will also do a shorter cycle, and I will do hour and 17, and we will track this progress through the wash. Let's go. So just about a couple of minutes into the wash, we are whipping up some suds. However, I can't account for all the suds. Oh, that click is to let you know the machine's going to heat. I think. Yep, so the machine's now heating, which will take up to 60 degrees. However, for a small load, we will do a top-up fill. But yeah, this is just... Normally, detergents are most active, the enzymes are active at 40 degrees Celsius. It also depends on the washing action and the amount of water used. So we'll see how we go as the machine heats up. You can see this condensation around here now, indicating the machine's heating. You may hear the heating element at the same time too. So like I said, we know that detergent enzymes, especially non-biological powder, are most active between 30 and 40 degrees. So we're at 40 now. We have topped up with water as the minimum iron cycle does on them either. And we've generated quite a bit of suds. But hopefully as the machine progresses to 60, we will see the suds go down. Some detergents can stay actively sudsy all the way up to 95 degrees, as has been demonstrated with Folletti non-biological from Waitrose, but that's because that uses a different type of ingredient formula to it. Despite the suds though, normally sensitive formulated powders rinse out a lot easier. And you'll be able to see the rinsing performance very clearly in this cycle. That's why I chose this cycle as well, because we get the higher water levels. But we also get slower intermediate spins. We have reached 60 degrees Celsius, and if you don't believe, well, it's about 58 on there, so there you go. That'll be about 60, 61 in there. This is the performance of the detergent at maximum temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. Why I say 60, because you have to add a few more degrees on because of it measuring it through the glass and not directly to the water. So that is basically accuracy there. Hang on. That is actually going to hit 60 degrees. There you go. Bang on. Let me get that as a photo. There we go. Saying the meter does still hit the temperature, we just don't hit the right temperature on the boil wash. But you can see the suds now have come down a bit more, and they will continue to. And then of course we do a cool down on this cycle as well. So this is about 2 minutes into the first rinse. We don't do deep level, but we do medium level. So you can see there is still quite some suds in there. But this is a good cycle of doing 3 rinses, so we should see how that goes. The minimum iron cycle does use a lot more water, but Miele's of course sense that there's not much in there with the load sensing. It's just enough for that amount. Think though that some of those cloths may have some extra other cleaning material and cleaning agents in them as well, but this is mainly the detergent. Just for suds. We'll see how we go. I always do my test with towels because they're the most absorbent items and the hardest to rinse. So if the detergent can pass the test with towels, then we know it's a good detergent. So also in case anything went wrong with testing it, such as it ruining clothes, I'd rather ruin a load of old ragged towels and whatnot, or just normal towels. This cycle does a lot more aggressive rinsing tumbling, whereas the cotton cycle doesn't. So this is the additional second rinse, and there's still quite a lot of suds present in there. It's a little more sudsy than I expected, to be honest. However, of course the machine does not do faster and longer intermediate spins, but still, I mean, that is quite sudsy. And we did use a lot less than I was meant to, so only 60 millilitres in there, which is pretty much the dosage you would use for a load of that soiling, but that size and in hard water area. Well, not even hard water area, we're on about very hard water area. So if anyone here is going to say I use too much, you have to consider that where you are may not have the same type of water as me. London is very hard water, so we have a high amount of calcium in our water here. Therefore I have to dose about at least 10 millilitres extra, sometimes even a bit more. Because limescale tablets don't always work. The ones I use don't. There is another brand I use, but I'm going to be getting something that I can put on the back end of the hoses on these machines, so I don't have to be buying limescale tablets. So this is the final rinse now where we add the conditioner. So we'll see how the conditioner works now. Hopefully we should be able to kill pretty much all the suds there. As you can see, it's all going down. That detergent was a lot more sudsy than I expected. So this machine adds the conditioner in first to dilute the load and then fills up properly. As you can see there. And then we switch the water spray to the porthole of the door. And this is towel friendly, this conditioner. And then we fill through the front. If we were doing a bigger load in there, you would have seen a much more higher water level, but we don't really need it for something like that. This is enough just to really test you. There you go. So the final rinse is even lower on this because it's to not dilute the conditioner, and there's still some suds present, but it's pretty good. Conditioner has done its job. Now it's got to hope the fragrance lasts. Time for the verdict. Let's see how we did. So we know the rinsing probably wasn't the best on this one. But I can smell the conditioner quite well on this, so let's see. Let's review the results, shall we? These are only test towels, so they don't have to worry about them being... Okay, so there's a nice gentle balance between the soap powder and the conditioner, because normally I found that when we did the last test with the surf liquid, there was no smell of the detergent and just the conditioner. So there's a nice, I can smell the sort of sensitive, sort of bleachy smell of the detergent, but the nice sort of Oriental Gold, that's it, smell of the conditioner. And looking at the results, that is practically clean. There's a bit of discoloration, but this has this towel has had that on there. It's had bleach on it. So I'm going to load these into the LG as we speak, because they're going to be dried in there. This was covered in grey sort of stains, that was. That's one side. And the other here. Very good. The dishcloths, a bit ragged, but no stains to be seen. And actually I'll bring the light a bit closer, if it will let me, so you can examine it under the light. They won't take long to dry at all, about 70 minutes maybe. Hour and 10, they don't need another spin. Again, another one. Right, these were the ones that were really filthy. Can't see any trace of dirt on that at all. Let's sit this down a bit more. Next one. Just a tiny bit here. That could be something permanent on there though. Some things you get. Again, perfect. This can go straight up on, whatever, put it in the dryer. That's the final test that'll be. Again, I'm examining them one by one just to show you that there's no cheating going on or no biased. Yeah, I don't remember what this was. I think this just smelt bad. This one had definitely some grub on it. Again, there's some permanent discoloration on this from either bleach or just other tough things that would never come out in the wash anyway. A lot of these are used for cleaning machines with. And the spin dryer that I got, that I will be doing in one of the next upcoming videos, was very dirty when I got it. Again, a bit of permanent discoloration if you might be able to see that where my thumb is. But that's, I mean, for the state they went in the machine, and even that, perfect. So I'll put that in the drying cycle, and we will then see how well this does after that. In the dryer they go, no drying sheet, and I will actually prove that to you that there is no drying sheet in there, in case you're going to say anything. Look, there's no drying sheet in there whatsoever, just all the towels. Yeah, see, look, one by one, there's no drying sheet in there. You can inspect in there, and when I throw everything in the machine, see, one by one. I do that to show you that there is no cheating done on this channel. Okay, so it wouldn't be a review otherwise. So we'll do it on cupboard dry because it's a sensor dry program, don't need a spin. So we just do a bit of sensing. This LG will be under one of the reviews we do, but we have got one more detergent to try, and I might do that tomorrow. Normally after drying, detergent fragrance tends to fade. Maybe about an hour and 10 or something for this, hour and 20. Just weighing out the load. One hour, that's pretty good. So you can also do it in a normal tumble dryer, but this is my only means of actually any tumble drying at all. Just means it'll take longer. Okay. So we're coming to the end of the drying cycle. We've got 1.5 minutes left. So cooling down. As you can see, everything is basically dry in there. I opened the drawer a little earlier, and I can say I can actually smell the detergent and conditioner coming out in the steam out of that. So that's telling you that even through the drying cycle, that the fragrance is still lasting. We get out of there, be obviously nice and hot and fluffy, but we'll see if the fragrance has still lasted through the drying cycle. Of course, remembering that we did not put a dryer sheet in this, as to not add any additional fragrances. I normally use a dryer sheet with everything. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens, I guess. Of course, washer dryers dry differently to a tumble dryer. It's more of a humid, moist environment inside the machine, as opposed to how a dryer works, a normal regular tumble dryer. And they take longer. I find things come out softer. Final verdict. Ooh, comes the wall of heat. Just get, oh, it's lovely and warm, this stuff. That's Mum in the background. Give her a shake, because it's too hot otherwise to sense. Oh god, I need to do a rinse out fluff. Right. Let's see if we can smell it still. Wow. Despite it being hot, I can still smell the detergent and the conditioner in that. So, definitely impressed with that. We'll give a final conclusion, and we'll draw our rating from that. And I will put links in the description below on where, well, of course, we know to buy from Co-op, so I'm sure everyone's got a Co-Operative in their neighbourhood or city, town, wherever you are. I'm sure everyone's got one somewhere. I'll draw a conclusion from that. Okay, so what do we draw from our final conclusions on this? So, first off, fragrance-wise, it's got very natural sort of detergent fragrance to it. None of these artificial fragrances that you get. Not that I have anything against those, but sometimes it's nicer to have a more pure, natural kind of fragrance. Same for the conditioner. Conditioner has got a nice added fragrance, Oriental Gold. Of course, some of these are just very fancy names, but it's, like I said, it's more like a sort of Bailey's kind of smell, Malibu kind of smell to it. It has, if anyone's familiar with that drink. If you're not, it's like rum, basically. It's a nice smell, not too overpowering, like I have smelt some conditioners, not going to name any. Now, performance-wise, I have to admit, the detergent was a lot more sudsy than I expected. However, another factor is your water hardness. Normally in soft water, you have to dose much less because soft water causes a lot more suds. Normally hard water or very hard water doesn't create any suds, but it's also going to depend on the wash action of the machine, and the minimum iron cycle on the Miele's are known to cause a lot of suds because it uses a lot more water, and it's the washing action. Of course, I was doing a smaller load, so there wasn't enough to absorb all the detergent, which is why we cut down the dosage. So please do follow the dosing guide in the on the back of the box. However, it rinsed away thoroughly when the final rinse before even conditioner was added. On the second rinse as well, it partially was rinsed away. The other factor was that the machine doesn't do long or fast intermediate spins on those cycle. So again, it's also your programming your machine that can do that. Whereas we use it in the LG, we probably would have seen something different. Probably not little to no suds because the machine doesn't use that much water. So it's interesting to compare how both machines will perform with the same detergent and load, which is why I tend to use the Miele more, because that operates more like a standard machine, whereas the LG's got all the fancy 6 motions. But anyway, back to the laundry pair. So I will put a link in the description below where you can buy these, but you can pick them up in your local cooperative. They also do a biological detergent, and they also do gels and liquids. Now, the main moral of this story, of this review, and why I tend to review the store brand detergents as opposed to the big brands like Persil, Daz, Ariel and Bold or Surf, is because with a lot of detergents, and there's one particular person who does watch my reviews in detail who will agree, Charlie Reviews, I don't know if he still does that, but he's, I think it was Miele Laundry 5740 or something, I don't know what he changed his name to if he did, but he's been very supportive of my reviews, and when I had an old channel called Ultima Reviews, when I started doing detergent reviews on, didn't take off so I closed it down, I reviewed Morrison's detergent, the one that's no longer available now. And the moral of the story that I always say, with a lot of these detergents, you're mainly just paying for the brand name. Because I have had, Asda detergent for example, non-biosensitive, has performed better than most of the other leading brand who claim to be sensitive. And also the fragrance lasts a lot longer. Same with the conditioner wise. I have found various results with different types of conditioners. So it shows that it does pay to support the actual brand of your supermarket. Don't just judge a book by a cover because it hasn't got a picture of a baby in a soft white bathrobe or something like that, or green grass and sky on there. It's about not judging a book by its cover, because it's what's inside that counts. And as far as I can say, I'm going to be using these detergents a lot more and see how it performs in the LG as well. But the moral of the story is you don't always have to pay for the brand. Sometimes if you pay for a store brand, you pay less but you get more. And this is definitely what I feel with this, because normally a lot of my detergents, they fade after being in the dryer. And that's come from someone who's used 3 types of tumble dryers plus a washer dryer as well. And I can honestly say those towels smell amazing. Hope this helps you save a bit of money, and I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. There will be more reviews, including a review on the LG Direct Drive at some point, and I may review the Miele, because that thing has done over 12.5 years of service now and had only one major repair. But I've also got a spin dryer film, which I'll show you how that works. It's an 80s one, a Tefal Spin Master, so we'll have a look at that as well as doing an ironing review. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and don't forget to keep it supreme and go with the flow.